Assalamualaikum and a very good day. I bid to our beloved lecturer, Ms. Nur Ain Abu Bakar and my fellow classmates. Today, my groupmates and I will be presenting Employees Malfeasance Risk. I am Nini Endira binti Putra, together with Aimi Harizah binti Marzuki, Nas Aina Zulaika binti Nasir, and Nur Atirah binti Zanzila, will start presenting now. In this video, we will discuss on the definition of employee malfeasance risk, examples of the risk features, types of industries involving in this risk, and also how to mitigate the risk. What is employee malfeasance risk? Employee malfeasance risk can be defined as the risk of loss due to an employee acting inappropriately, illegally or negligently, in breach of laws and regulations, approved policies and procedures, and generally accepted business and community standards. There are some examples of employee malfeasance risk. Firstly, confidentiality breaches. Employees should protect trade secrets and confidential client information as part of their employment agreement. Sharing private information about finances, business practices, and customer relationships is a breach of that agreement and an example of misconduct. One example of misconduct related to confidentiality is the private use of the business contacts. If a sales associate uses the company database to find customer's phone number and saves it to their personal phone, that's inappropriate misconduct and a confidentiality breach. Secondly, insubordination. Insubordination occurs when employees refuse to follow others and fulfill their duties. Examples of insubordination can include being consistently late to work, refusing to collaborate with coworkers, skipping required meetings, and also using inappropriate language. Thirdly, drug abuse. Being under the influence on the job is a serious case of misconduct. Intoxicated employees can put themselves and others in danger and risk a company's reputation. If an employee keeps drugs or alcohol on them in the workplace, that can also be considered as misconduct. Next, I will pass this presentation to Nur Atirah to present the risk features.
Thank you, Ms. Nini. Good day, everyone. My name is Nur Atirah binti Zanzila, and I would like to present the next point, which is risk features. In these features, we will look at the possible occasion that may lead to employee malfeasance. There are two types of theory that we can relate to this risk, which are the fraud triangle theory and the fraud diamond theory. So let us look at the fraud triangle theory. Fraud triangle theory was introduced by Creasy in 1958 and consists of three elements, which are pressure, opportunity, and rationalizations. Pressure. Most individuals require some form of pressure to commit a criminal act. This pressure does not need to necessarily make sense to outside observers, but it does need to be present. For example, money problems, gambling debts, alcohol, or drug addictions. Same goes to opportunity. To commit the act must be present. Usually, it happens on temporary situation where there is a chance to commit the act without a high chance of being caught. Companies that are not actively working to prevent fraud may have high chance for individuals to commit a fraud. For rationalizations, it is a mindset of a person about to commit an ethical act. The individual manage to justify what he or she is about to do, or in other words, personal justification of dishonest actions. Next, we will look at the diamond theory. Basically, the diamond theory is a development of the previous theory, which is the triangle theory. However, they add on a fourth element, which is capability. Capability is where the situation of having the necessary traits or skills for the person to commit fraud. This type of person is usually for those who has the knowledge in corporate governance and can manipulate others with the knowledge that they have, especially when they have technical knowledge, such as experts in software skills, where they can steal victim identities or exploit software weaknesses. So I guess that's it for risk features. I'm going to pass the next presentation to Miss Nas Aina. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Nas Aina Zulaika and I'll be presenting on the types of industries involving in this risk. Based on the research from the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, it is found that the industries with highest cases of employee malfeasance in 2018 is banking and financial services industries, with the number of cases 338, followed by manufacturing industries with 201 cases, government and public administration industries with 184 cases, healthcare industries with 149 cases, and retail industries with 104 cases. It is also shown in the research that the highest cases of employee malfeasance conducted in banking and financial industries that hold the highest number of cases are in the form of embezzlement. 37% of the employee malfeasance in the form of embezzlement is perpetrated by finance and accounting employees.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. I'm Aimi Harizah binti Marzuki and I'll be presenting on the ways to mitigate employee malfeasance risks. The risk can be reduced by being consistent in managing and improving the employee performance. The first method is to regularly evaluate and appraise the employee's performance. This is to ensure that the employees are doing their work well accordingly. Next, the organization has to allow the staff to express genuine feedback without fear of retaliation. This can help in avoiding violent protests from the employees. The next method is to set specific expectations for conduct, performance standards, and company goals. Another way to mitigate the risk is by updating the company policies and agreements based on the feedback from the employees. Lastly, the entity needs to make certain that management adheres to corporate policies in a consistent manner. This is to ensure that the company is operated ethically to avoid misconduct by the staff.
That's all from us. Thank you.